Everybody, morning to you from good old New Zealand at the bottom of the world, but we are in the future, so that's what counts. And of course, here we are. We're going to have some Richard Art Pulsechain news, and of course, the big title there: Explorer shows Validator Withdrawals. So another edition there, getting us one little tiny step closer to Pulsechain mainnet. So it's going to be fun. I guess May the Fork or May the 4th there is almost passing us by, not far away from passing that. So we might move into the next theory pretty shortly. The 5th of May, of course, 5:55. I guess that AM or PM. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely that's going to be coming up. That's our third theory. Excuse me. Coming up there. So a big welcome to everybody. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button on the way in. Hit the like button as well. We're going to get into all of it. Before we do that, though, let's get into some of the comments. Let's get things running. And of course, who else has jumped in here? We've got Lies Beneath with the ultimate strategy course. What is it? Hex, E-Hex, PLS, and PLSX for the win. So pretty nice. What else? We've got Machiavelli in there. Good to see Machiavelli with the rockets up and to the right. Wookie's in house. May the Fork just happen. May the Fork just happen. Woohoo! Hey, nice one there, Wookie. Looks like we're going to pass that by probably. And can we get to 100 on the stream? 100%. Smash the 100 likes there. Let's do it. Rango in house as well. Good morning to you, Rango. What is it? What's the weather like here in New Zealand at the bottom of the world? It is a little bit, it's been overcast and a bit rainy the last couple of days. So no big sunshine at the moment. Rango says, did Superman get his latte? This is the question. I have got a homemade latte at the moment. I have got probably got 2 quotes coming in for my car to get my car fixed. So still working on that. It's not a priority quite at the moment, but it's certainly don't want to leave it out there too long. And got to make some more room in the garage. Got to get rid of a lot of other stuff that's in there. So it's a bit of work involved. Dave down under as well, so I can get that secured. Get excited, smile. Looks like snapshot is happening, says Dave. That's a word on the street. We'll talk about that a bit later. What else there? Happy Friday, everybody, says Rango, 100%. Cypher says, I love you all. A nice one, Cypher. Appreciate that. Hashtag Pulsechain. Capello is in the house as well. Hi, all. Good to see you. Snapshot underway, says PLSX. Well, it's the second person coming in with the snapshot underway. I guess you guys are talking about the GitLab there. We've got DJ Paulie Wood, the stylish man in our community, in with the house there. Good to see a small DJ Paulie Wood. Loving the little smiley face there. I guess that's what a smiley face with the old hands as well, I'm guessing. Or those ears. Are those hands or ears on the outside? I'm not sure. Let me know. Archipelago says, yeah, KDP thinks so. Oh, really? Really? What else there? Dunu's in the house as well. Woo-hoo! Well, hello, Superman and all Pulsicans. Happy to be here, 100%. Superman, the question is, has your Lambo shown at the stream information cup holder of coffee cups? No Lambo. I don't even want a Lambo. I mean, I like Lambos, but I don't know if I want a Lambo. The DJ Paulo says PulsechainTour.com starts May the 27th in Dublin, California. Is that right? Pulsechain Tour. That's awesome, DJ Paulie. That's very exciting. We'll try and cover that on this channel moving ahead. So if you're in the United States, I guess that's something for you to check out. Superman, howdy all, says Matt from Bali. Good to see you, Matt. Get into the chat there and let us know whereabouts in the world you are. Just the country. You don't need to do anything else. Get in there, put your country in the chat there. Let's see where everyone is from. We've got Matt from Bali, obviously. So get in there and just let us know what country in the world you are from at the moment. Doesn't need to be state or city or anything like that. Let's just get the countries in the chat and see just how incredibly geographically spread out the community. Come on, snapshot, says DGN. DGN Hexagon. I like that. I actually quite like that. It's kind of cool. It's kind of rebel Hexagon in the Hexagon community. DJ Porterwood's fist pumps. Yeah, fist pumps. Yeah, something like that. Nice one there. I figured it was kind of hands there. Hey, all, says Kate Fugger. Had a great cruise, suit man. So, hey, look, what DJ Paulie Wood's above you. He went to the Hex cruise. We used a lot of his content on this channel to cover the Hex cruise. And of course, I don't know, DJ Paulie Wood, did you actually see the coverage I put in? I've almost made like a user experience on the Hex cruise with your footage. We started off in in your big flash room at the back of the ship. We then covered your dance party up the hall. I had to change the music because of possibly copyright. But then we had your dance party up the hall. Then we had to get into some of the drinking sessions up on the higher decks. we had a bit of everything there. So thanks once again there. Now Cape was obviously Cape Virgo. I think we covered a couple of shots of the Cape Virgo. I think so. At least I saw your Cape pictures on the Discord. Had a couple of crew. Had a great cruise suit, man. Will we see you in December the 1st on next cruise? Rude, not to my man. Hey, that's a psychological pressure, Kate. Psychological. We will see. How about that? We'll see. Open on that one. No Lambo here, says DGen. I want a tire Tesla pickup. Yeah, I kind of like the Teslas as well. I know Tesla's still got a bit of pep. You guys know I don't want a car that's too fast. Although my favorite car, classic car, as we talked about the other day, is a Mustang. So one of the classic Mustangs. I don't think I care too much about the year, but yeah, definitely a red. It's got to be red too. DJ and Hexkin says USA. Randy and GA says USA. Rev 10 says hey from Zimbabwe. Hey, nice one. It's good to see you from Zimbabwe. So we've got USA and Zimbabwe. We've got USA says from Rob Dobson, USA. And of course, Danny says it's not a snapshot or snap fork. Snapshots for the SACS and the fork for the ETH blockchain. Yeah, people are just using the terms interchangeably, but everyone there's a bit of a fork height that's kind of a snapshot. So, well, it is, it's kind of similar, but not the same. But I get it. What else? Matt Barley says met another crypto man, mainly Hex. They had known for about a year as we see each other on the beach most days, walking the dogs. Only found out the other day he's full on Hex. No way. That's unbelievable, Matt. And Barley, how random is that? That kind of is random. That's pretty special, Matt. That is very, very cool. How hilarious is that? That is crazy. I think that's a great story. Nice. Yeah, definitely nice. Harry Williams says, yo, let's go Pulse Hex and Hex. Very, very cool. Good enough, my friend. Yeah. I'll try and commit to some stuff like that in the future, Kate. In terms of stuff like that, but at this stage, just not fitting at the moment. There's always backgrounds to things, and I can't commit to stuff like that at this stage, but I'll keep an open mind on it. He's an Aussie too. Oh, wow, that's hilarious. Matt. That is so funny. All right, let's get into it, folks. Now, I guess you guys are all pretty waiting for Pulsechain, and of course, look at the gas prices on Ethereum at the moment. Look at this. This is the last four and a half days. There's 7 days here. Last four and a half days. Look at those gas prices. Who thinks? Put up your hand if you think there's a use case for Pulsechain. Put your hand up if there's a use case for Pulsechain. Let us know. What happened to the layer 2s? What happened to all those? We need a funky. We need something that's far more vibrant for a chain, don't we? We need something that's quite filling the market solution. And what solution is that? We need something with better tokenomics. We need something with better financial engines. We need something with the biggest airdrop in crypto history. We need something like this. We need some suite of absolutely gorgeous features and benefits that's going to change the game with super fast transactions and lower costs. What could that be? We needed something with a giant ecosystem that's been built over the last year and 9 months, and that's got all the high TVLs of Ethereum coming over. What could that be? Well, I think it might be Pulsechain, folks. We've got to deal to these high gas fees on Ethereum. It's pretty insane. And the membrane costing a lot of money. For transfers. It's kind of like $5 a transfer at the moment. Is it $4 or $5? Maybe a bit more. Just for a transfer, just for transferring coins over, tokens over from one wallet to another. It's pretty crazy. What else is pretty crazy? We've got DJ and Hexkin says fork the ETH there. Yeah, fork the ETH. We've definitely got to do that. Steve Wright is here. Thanks for making the wait pleasant and informed. Steve Wright, Santa Barbara. Thanks, Steve Wright. Appreciate that. So, yeah. And we've got Chris A in the house as well. Good to see you, Chris. What's a Tom Boss in house? KDP tweeting that she thinks the snapshot is coming soon. I'm getting excited. What else there? Kind of cool. All right. So, we've got high gas fees and we need a solution. So, Pulsechain, bring it on, Richard Hart. So, Richard Hart gave us an update today. This is only about 2 hours ago. Pulsechain news, and it is withdrawals now showing on the Block Explorer. So what he's referring to, of course, is the the validator withdrawals, and that's kind of cool news. So he's posted a little picture here with the withdrawal tab here. Very, very cool. It's got a wallet address up at the top left here. Got some very huge balance of pulse in here, and of course we've got the withdrawals. We can see index here, validated index there, block, the age, and the amount. Some nice little withdrawals there. Very, very cool. And we can actually jump onto the Explorer with the link he provided us very nicely, Richard. Except it's got a bad gateway for some reason. Let me have a look, see what's going on there. Why's that not coming up? Bad gateway. That's not a good start on the live stream. Let me try that one more time. Oh, it's still coming up there. All right, so that's a fail on that one. So let's go down, scroll down. We've got 65,000 views on that so far. Vets and Cryptos finds that pretty bullish. We talked about Vets and Crypto yesterday. David Federer as well. Got a little picture of the hand. Now, you saw my thumbnail's got a bank teller on that. So that's my picture of it. And that's our thumbnail today. KDP goes, let's go. Since a few people in the chat there are talking about KDP. Yeah, let's go. What else there? Holy Hex, my heart skipped a beat, says Avida. We've got a few in there. What else there? There's DJ Paulie Wood in the house. He's in the chat. Woohoo! And there we are. He's living the dream there. And got to like that. Got to like that. Hexkin girl soon. That's a bit creepy, that photo, but that face. We've got Brazilgia in there too soon. So people are pretty happy about that. Lots of cool things. I want to get myself a cool drone. That looks like pretty cool. All right. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you like drones. I like drones. Let's see if we can try this again. I'm not sure why this is coming up like this, but weird. But anyway, why is that giving me a 502? I don't know. All right, that's pretty much that. So that is, you got the picture anyway. You got the picture. So that is active. Let's see if we can find it later on. Now, I actually clicked on that link earlier before the live stream. It came up fine. So not sure why it just decided not to pop up there. Let's have a look at the devs. So the devs are pretty cool. We've got, what else? 3 Commerce Capital there. Logging in for work. So we'll have a quick look at these. Let's have a look here. So 3 Commerce on the 3rd. We've got Brett Paulson on the 4th of May. We've got Gamma Ops there on the 3rd of May. Richard Hart. Woohoo! Well, we haven't seen Richard Hart in here. What was it, 27th? 27th of April. It was about a week, wasn't it? About a week. And he's in there today on the 4th. Very interesting that Richard Hart is in there. So that could lead into something. And again, maybe not just this withdrawals that we saw on the Explorer. That's kind of a pretty easy one. But maybe something else is going to happen. Maybe we're getting pretty close. Space Ghost there, Quadrant is in there as well for work on the 4th. And we've got SJB, if there's a lot of the comments there, is in on the 4th as well. Speaking of that, of course, we've got a little update from SJB 3 hours ago on the Pulsechain Aragon library. And let's have a quick look at this. This is probably what people are getting excited about with the snapshot, or could just be a syncing time spot there. Allow for increased Shanghai time with Pulsechain. We'll just jump into that and look at the code. And we see there's is Shanghai there time, and is Shanghai time if the primordial pulse ahead, and of course if the primordial pulse fork is ahead, derive the is Shanghai rule from the Ethereum mainnet Shanghai timestamp, and here is the timestamp there for is Shanghai. So this may be what they're getting excited about. We will see if that manifests into a snapshot, or mesh snapshot is coming from this. We will see. So that's probably what people are getting excited about there. All right. Or it's just some sort of syncing update. So we'll see. Who else has jumped in here? Let's go back there. So kind of cool. That is the update from that. I'm going to have another update here. Let me have a look. Try this one more time. Hey, it came. Woo! We got it back. All right. So there he is. There's some of the, that's the transactions. Let's go to there's a withdrawal tab. You can see that. But let's go to one of these. This is the actual address. And now we can see on the actual address for the validator, we've got withdrawal tab, and that is updated there. So kind of cool. Not sure what happened there on my, I'll have to refresh it again. But there we are. That is an example of all the withdrawals, so it's pretty cool. Nice. So resulting from the Shanghai upgrade, that's cool, right? That's cool. Capella upgrade. That is neat. So that is looking good. I'm not sure if there's anything else from Richard at the moment. Let's have a look here. 5 minutes ago, he posted this. I became humble months ago. I like that. That's kind of funny. I became humble months ago, and influencers are pretending not to notice. All you've seen from me personally for months is humility. I love that. All right, so that's kind of cool. We got that coming up. He's posting quite a bit of stuff around money, not your bank, not your money, not your keys, not your coins. I think we like that. We'll retweet that one. So yeah, that is going on there at the moment. That is Richard Hart. So kind of cool and nice little upgrade there with the withdrawals. Let's get into some of the comments. We've got some more comments in the house. Let's get into here. Wookie says, "Super, you needed Lambo for your lounge." No. I was going to say, yeah, a Lambo is a young guy's car, but then I was going to, I'm thinking about in the 20s, but then I'm thinking, actually, most of the people that own them are probably much older than that. DJ Polly Woods is in house there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good to see DJ Polly Woods. Refresh on that site. Yeah. Got it back. So that was kind of nice. Thanks for that. G'day from Noosa Pudding Guru. Good to see you too. Need a drone for the beach, meaning to buy one page. That would be cool, Matt. Imagine you're doing some vlogs on there, mate. I reckon you'd blow up on there on Bali. That would blow up. Sup, y'all. Good to see you. Check my pulse. Noosa, nice place too. Yep. We got Juan Gonzalez in the house there from Miami. Good evening, all. Good to see you, John. I even remember where you live, John. How about that? Isn't that cool? Hex Down Under as well. Woohoo! Good to see Hex Down Under. Lots of people in the house. We're up to about 60, so it looks like we've doubled the number of viewers. We added another 20 viewers on, so welcome everybody, all the new people. We're getting into the updates from Richard Hart. So here we are, the withdrawals. You haven't been too late coming in because the withdrawals are all up there for the validators. Kind of cool. All right, let's jump through all that. We also got this update for increased Shanghai time. So that's probably making people think we've got some sort of snapshot or syncing issue coming up. So it's getting bullish. Richard Hart logged in for work. He doesn't work for anybody, no expectations, remember, but he logged into the GitLab. So that's kind of bullish too after about a week. So that could be a signal, not just for this update around the withdrawals, but maybe something else happening on the 5th here. I think the third theory, the 5th of May, that seems to be quite a good one. We missed the Epoch 5555. I think we're just about to miss May the Fork. So that's not far away from being over, is it? In Los Angeles, it's currently 5 past 5 in the afternoon, depending on what time. And of course, that leaves us into the third theory, the 5th of May. And then of course, we've got the weekend, 6th or 7th. That'd be pretty good with the lower gas fees. Probably that would help. We will see. Weekend seems like a good time to launch, and we'll see. All right, so that is what's going on there. Let's have a look at some of the tweets from the devs. So this is some of the tweets from the devs. So we've got Bretep here, and of course, 3rd of May here. Breaking records testing is stunning. So he's enjoying the performance of the network being tested. And this person here, Hex Malista, said, good to see V4 is so strong. But when Pulsechain stake, when limit orders, when meme point fix, when audit. Thank you. And of course, I think this is what you mean by meme pool fix. So I've got one here on GitLab there for the block scout. What needs auditing that isn't already open source? So that was interesting. What needs auditing that isn't already open source? So that was answering questions about audit. So if you had questions around audits, there's your answer there. What needs auditing that isn't already open source? So hopefully some people that may have audit issues or questions, that is answered there. So kind of cool. Now, I'm not expecting these limit orders and things till later on. So I don't think he was going to answer those. They've got a ramp up for when they're going to add these extra features on. So that's kind of cool. Let's have a little look at this meme pool fix. There it is there. We're not going to get into that because we're not devs, but that's it there. So we could go in and try and read that. But that's kind of cool. What else? What else have we got there? So that was the 3rd of May. Just have a look. He retweeted Richard Hart's withdrawals now showing. So that was kind of cool. I don't think he actually responded to anything on that. No. Now we're talking though. David Feder likes it. What else is going on there? I think that was it from him. Bretep on that one. So that was his replies. Yeah, I think that was it on there. So yeah, just reposting a lot of stuff that other people are doing at the moment, which is kind of cool. So that is from Bretep. Let's go over to Gamma, another Pulsechain dev focused on the validating. He's been tweeting pretty prolifically over the last 24 hours. And of course, he's been participating in a few of the Twitter spaces. See top one here from Top Gun Hex and Hadron. Big fan of Top Gun Hex and Hadron, does some great work. Pulsechain, it's ready when it's ready. Also, the turkey smells done. Now, I think Top Gun Hex and Hadron, out of the people that are doing modeling, is the best modeler out there in our space by a long shot. So if you're not following Top Gun Hex and Hadron, you like to see what PulseX scenarios might be, he's got a nice cool model that runs through that. So definitely check out some of his videos. He hadn't been streaming for a while, but he just came back to start doing a couple of videos. Pretty cool. And it makes it fun to watch as he goes through some of those. What else there? We got who wants some updates this week on HSI? That would jump through all that. Pulse Chad here says Pulsechain thoughts before going to sleep. Using the public official testnet RPC, only want to test sending simple transactions today, hopefully without affecting gas too much. 24-hour goal is 1 million transactions, which I think is doable. That's it. Have a nice day. So I guess he's been working on that too. They got tweeted by by Gamma. Let's jump through some of that. Some of the high gas fees that were been on the chain with their don't panic. Gamma's got don't panic either. I thought that was kind of funny. Now Gamma held a Twitter space himself. Pulsechain dev on Teller technology on Pulsechain. Now obviously Liquid Loans is bringing Teller, and I think it's going to be very, very important piece of infrastructure. And you've even got Gamma there having Twitter spaces like on there. Now, apparently they got rugged a few times, but that was pretty cool from Gamma. What else there? I think that's kind of it. Yeah, so that's kind of the cool stuff there from Gamma. Let's jump over to the PulseX updates on GitLab. 3 commas in for work there on the 3rd. Agris there on the 5th. So we're already flying into the 5th here. So these guys are obviously ahead of the others in terms of their time zone. We've got Brett Paulson there on the 5th of May. And who else is there? Hines on the 4th of May. Lucas on the 4th of May. And Richard Hart there on the 4th of May. So he hadn't logged in, like I say. He's logged in, so that's kind of cool. Very, very nice there on the PulseX. Let's jump over to Pulsechain performance as a result. So let's check into that. Let us go. We're going to pull up first of all, the block exchange. The block scouts. Have a quick look at that again from a different perspective. We've got 11-second block times at the moment. And look at these transactions. OMG. OMG. Look at this. So, yeah, people are testing that at 1 million. You can see that's inside that because that's huge. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That's crazy. I just realized I haven't got my screen very big. So let me just make that a bit bigger there. And look at that. Oh, my goodness. We had 173,000. And we thought that was good. 2.5 million transactions per day. Oh, my goodness. That's like 2.5 times almost more than Ethereum. That's crazy. That's starting to look like Polygon chain. Polygon chain when Polygon was out. Remember Polygon was out? They were like, I think they were up to doing like 5-6 million transactions per day. But they were flooded with bot transactions, which were like 1.5 million or something a day. Yeah, they had to raise the GWI, if you remember, from 1 GWI to 30 GWI or something like that. And just to get rid of those bots, and the transactions dropped dramatically. We're up to 65 million wallets here on the Block Scout. It's kind of cool. And yeah, look at that, 2,468,000. Awesome. So well and true tested. You can see the beats here, the gas price here is 212 average. Slow as 269 on fast there. They're really stress testing this thing. Good to see, right? This is what it's about. It's about testing it V4. Test the thing. Make sure you can. It's operating under stress. You want it to operate under stress, which is pretty cool. We had a couple more comments in the chat there. Let's catch up on those. I don't want to get too far ahead. Let's see. Here we go. A couple more comments. Jump in here. Where did I go up to? John. Yeah, I got up to John. I'm pretty sure. Sandy Beach in the house there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Did I miss anything? Well, we just covered the validator withdrawal updates from Richard. That's probably the main thing there. Testing on the blockchain, dev updates. Tintop says in the house there, what's up, Hexagons? Good to see you, Tintop. And JB in the house as well. Morning, Hex Token family. Good to see you, JB. Who else is in here? Dave Down Under, and again with KDP, big KDP fan. Just said, I'm pretty confident this is the fork. They're syncing the blocks of ETH, says Dave Under, or we'll check KDP's comments on that, and we'll pull that up in a second. Anyone else seen? It's tell him I say hello. It's now. Oh, Brian. Yeah, Brian's around. Brian's around somewhere. I don't think he's was in the Discord today, but he's around. Christian with all that. That's pretty cool, man. Look at that, Christian there. All those helicopter, UFOs, airplanes. That's pretty cool. Rockets. I haven't seen that before. Who's your daddy, says Christian. I don't know what that's about, man. Family channel. Hashtag family channel. What else there? Brian is, it's now. Yeah, Brian is. What else there? Wookie just wants to know it's win-win. Yeah. Oh, I can hear the police siren going out the back there. We got a police siren. It's like gangster out here. New Zealand's slowly turning in from a third world country into second world country. It's quite hilarious to watch it. That's what happens when you have a bunch of Twitters running the country. When they say they blocks syncing, they just syncing the blocks in the time delta between V3 and now. Well, let's see where we're going here. They're catching up to the blocks. That's what they're doing. So let's see. We're going to go jump over to KDP. We're going to do that. Let's have a little bit of that. We'll get to KDP in a second with her pronouncements. We will get there. 2.5 million transactions, pretty awesome. What else is going on there? Let's have a look at some of the transactions going through. Man, how many transactions do we have in those blocks? I'm going to check that too. But these are the ones here. We've got lots of these going through. Test. Really is being slammed with testing transactions. That is not so helpful. So let's jump over to the blocks here. Look at this. OMG, look at this. 1,000 transactions in the block. So yesterday, I remember we were looking and we had like 6 to 8 transactions in the block. Look at these, 1,000 in that one, 261 in there, 858 in there. So this is well and truly being tested today. Man, oh man, look at that. Unbelievable. 1,400 transactions in this block. Let's have a look at that. Reward is massive, of course, for the validators. So all the validators on testnet getting beautiful rewards. I saw that Hodl Dog was very excited about the validator reward. So pretty crazy. Minor reward here, 0.19 test pulse. That's pretty juicy. Pretty crazy there. Look at the amount of burn fees there. 8.14 test pulse burned with these massive 1,406 transactions. 8.14 test pulse burned. Unbelievable. And look at the base fee, 271 beats. Gway there, crazy stuff there. Look at that, 30 million gas limit, basically 30 million used, 99.9% there. Some crazy stuff right there, folks. That is intense. That's intense. And let's have a look at this one with only 198. Let's have a look at this one. What do we got in here? So 30 million gas limit, only 4.5 million used, so 16%. The burn fees only 1.4 compared to the 8 when a full block was taken. So that's kind of interesting. See the max, right? There's an 8 there on that one. And then a minor reward much lower there, down to 0.027 test pulse. Some interesting stuff there with that being maxed out. It's kind of cool to see that. So commit that to your memory. Commit that to your memory. All right, kind of cool. But we're lots of stuff going on there. 2 million Pulsechain moved. Kind of cool. Lots of cool stuff happening there. Very, very nice. All right. So that's fun to see. Man, that is some crazy stuff right there. These transactions, that's going to be insane in the braino. All right. Let's quickly pull up KDP since people are talking about KDP. Let's pull up KDP and KDP there. I was kind of, since this is a no drama channel, I can't say what I want to say, but I was going to, not about KDP, but about something else. But it's interesting. Let's have a look here. Let's jump in here. So let's have a look. So yeah, covering what we covered already, which is the Shanghai time update. Warning, I think they are getting ready for the snapshot. This comment is syncing ETH blocks. Yes, I think this suggests that we are going to be taking the snapshot very soon. Be prepared, a Pulsechain incoming. So the comment is syncing ETH blocks, and so we will see. We will see if that does occur. Obviously, we've got the primordial pulse fork in there. which we read out before. The primordial pulse fork is ahead, derived the is Shanghai rule from the Ethereum mainnet Shanghai timestamp. So we will see. We will see. All right. This girl knows what's about to go down. That's funny. Yes, the snapshot is just a term for the fork. So Wrestling, are we talking hours, days, or end of the month? Days, says KDP. Are you willing to predict when you think the snapshot will occur? Very soon. Damn, how soon is soon though? How long does it take to sync blocks? A lot of prediction versus comment there. So that would fit into the weekend on the 7th, wouldn't it? If that does occur, we will see. We will see, folks. All right, cool. That is pretty much it. Now, something else that's interesting to many of you will be the updates here with the Pulsechain builder space. Now, the last one that I remember, this is run by KG from Internet Money. Then the last one I remember that they had, because they get a lot of the teams on there that are developing. The last one they had was not run very well, and they had lots of teams. Like the first ones are like really great. All the top teams came on, and you're hearing all these cool updates. But the last one I remember wasn't so hot because they had lots of people come on and talk about stuff that's not developer stuff, right? You know, it's like almost a general session. So hopefully they run this a lot better, and they just have the actual builders because that's what you're going to listen to. So hopefully they do that. But that's coming up there as well. So I'll post this copy link in the chat there because that can be pretty insightful, especially if you guys are participating in these projects. Builder space, Pulsechain. Because you might get some really good info out of those if they run it properly. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So cool. That is that one. So definitely get in there. Bam. Builder space Pulsechain. All right. Let me just jump back to some of these comments in the chat here. Where did I get down to? We covered that one from KDP. We covered all those comments. DB Cooper's in the house there. Hey, DB Cooper. Not sure if I've asked this before, but dear sir, when Rocket Blast to Moonbase? Well, it sounds like it's getting pretty close there, DB. We'll see how right KDP is on that one. But definitely that could be a potentiality. Which might make the 7th. The 7th might make a pretty good date, which is the weekend one. That's our Theory 4, right? Theory 4 is the 7th, so that would work pretty nicely. Run Superman, police have found you. Your dance moves are illegal. That is true, Hex down there. I think you got it. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, DB. I know what you mean, Hex Token, lol. Yeah, I think Sandy Beach knows what I'm talking about. Every time I hear KDP mentioned, I think of the word imminent. Yeah, that could also be an interpretation. Sandy Beach has as good as always. Yes, you do. Sandy Beach is awesome. If you haven't followed Sandy Beach on Twitter, definitely give Sandy Beach a follow. Rising influencer, as we always say, but getting up there. In fact, how many Twitter follows you got now? Let's go check that out. We got Pulse Yoga in the house there. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. And of course, when PHEX, PLSX will be viewable on Treasure Suite. I'm not sure actually. There was a comment the other day for I think by Bretep on that topic. So if you follow Bretep through one of his threads there, he did talk about that. Chris, I just can't remember. I think we covered it either yesterday or the day before. Just can't remember now. All right, let's jump over to what was I going to be doing next. So that's coming up. I think that could be, if it's run really well, this could be really great. So hopefully that is they tidied that up. So from last week, the first one or first two, I can't remember how many it's been now, but they were definitely good. Now I was going to quickly check something, but I can't remember what it was. Someone else made it. Oh yeah, we're going to go to Sandy Beach on the Sandy Beach there. This is Sandy Beach follow. So if you haven't followed Sandy Beach, 3,236. So heading towards 4,000. So definitely, if you haven't followed, definitely give Sandy Beach a follow because doing an amazing job there online. Bam. Richard Hart put another tweet out a minute ago, did he? Oh, we're going to go check that then. And 3,235 followers. Nice, yeah. So follow Sandy Beach over there on the Twitter. Let me pop that up again. There we are. So cool. Give Sandy a follow and share it around. Retweet Sandy's profile. Help Sandy get up towards that 4,000 mark. That'd be cool. All right. Hey, you're welcome, Sandy. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's quickly go to Richard Hart again. Richard Hart. Let's jump out of some of that. I haven't actually finished my review of that. So yeah, 2 minutes ago, Pulsechain news. People watching server status saw a hiccup and thought it's mainnet coming. Nope, it's just a hiccup while updating things. There we are. So there we are. That's a good answer there. So Pulsechain news. People watching server status saw a hiccup and thought it's mainnet coming. Nope, it's just a hiccup while updating things. That's something interesting there. Let's jump into that. Tellum says Vida. My life is awesome in there. People on the edge of their seats waiting for your every tweet and update. You're crushing it. You're crushing it. DJ Paulie Wood in there with the heart. Man, that's DJ Paulie Wood, stylish man in our community for sure. What else there? We've got other comments in there. Awesome. Thank you for letting us know before we got too carried away with that. Kind of cool. All right, so that is that. Now, I haven't finished actually talking about the Pulsechain, so let me pull that back up again. Let me go back here. So that is the latest from Richard. What else? We're going to go to the Explorer, have a look at the validators. And we're going to also have a look at PulseX. So let's do validators first. We're up to, oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. We're up to 6,426 validators. Oh, that is fantastic. That's fantastic. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That's so good. 5,731. We've jumped all the way up to 6,400. How many is that? That's like 700 almost. Almost 700 increase on validators. Beautiful. 6,042. This is looking really good, everybody. Honestly. Remember, we started at 4,096. And we want to head up to several tens of thousands. And that's looking pretty good at the moment. That is really, really cool. Now, let me have a quick look at the... Let me have a quick look. I don't know why I keep closing this website down. Let me have a quick look and see whether this is going to show me the right APY at the moment. No, it's not. I don't know why it's not working for me. Just a weird update for some reason. But that's kind of cool. Let me just jump out of that. So that is looking really good with the validator. 6,420. That's awesome. We're on Epoch 5,903 at the moment. So that's where we are there. Validators are pretty much ticking along pretty nice there. That's awesome. What else is interesting? Let's go a quick look at the gas now. The gas, of course, being tested there with all those transactions going through. Look at that. Woohoo, like a boss. He's supposed to solve our problem with Ethereum. So that's kind of cool. But good stress testing there. You got some insane gas prices coming in here on some of these hours. Yeah, look at them being average a couple hundred. The last part of the day there on the 4th of May. So pretty crazy on that one. What else have we got here? We've got the charts and we're going to have a look at the block, my favorite slot visualization, which is another way of looking at it, which is kind of cool. Epochs on the left here, slots and blocks on the top there. Every epoch here, every line's about 5 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe a bit higher because we've got slightly slower block times at the moment, but that's pretty much it on there. So kind of cool. It's like 25 minutes worth of blockchain right in front of you. Let's have a look at the one thing we haven't shown up here is the if we go to validators, we haven't got withdrawals showing yet on the validators there. So it doesn't show withdrawals yet, which is kind of weird. We see that on the Ethereum Beacon Explorer. All right, kind of cool. Let's move on. That is that. Let's go to PulseX and have a quick look at that while we're here. And then we go to testnet v4. Bam. So we've got, let's have a look at last week. This is Pulse to PulseX. So for you ratio traders out there, one Pulse is worth 3.78 PulseX at the moment. And it's only been increasing actually on here. So there we are. It's only a testnet though. Take them into account. There's no limit orders yet. As you saw, Bretep didn't respond to that on the dev updates. No DAO. No one-sided staking pools. Don't expect that straight away in any way. And then the farms ticking away. Let's have a look at the yields on the farms. Yeah, they're still up pretty decent, aren't they? The yields. And you guys know I'm farming that, so pretty nice on there. Let's see. It's probably going to take ages with the high gas prices. Gas, yeah, it's going to cost me a lot of gas there. Let me just edit that. Let me go back out there. Let me go advanced. and let me make it aggressive. I'm going to make it aggressive there, and put that in transaction. Let's see how long it takes. See how long it takes for me to get this this yield. I put it on aggressive fees. That went through pretty fast. So nice. Let's do it again for. Oh, I haven't got any of that one. Let me do this one. Yeah, I got that. Oh, $1,600. Yes, please. We'll take that. My shout, everybody. My shout. Let's do some aggressive pricing as well, and push that through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I don't know. Where is it coming through? There we are. I'm sure it's a bit faster than a second, though. That was my version of a second. But harvest those. Let's get the last one. Oh, $9,300. Woohoo! Let's harvest that, man. Ching ching. All right, let's go. All right. Oh, I forgot to do aggressive, so we might be stuck here for a little while. We got to do aggressive. We'll see how we get on. The high gas fees. Nice there. Let's tick it over. I'm sure it's going to come through. Maybe it'll just be slightly longer, but that's ticking through as well. We'll take that. Now, normally, you guys know what I do. If I think the prices are really high, which I do, then we'll switch that into some USD, take some profits. We'll do a Randy Alaski. Randy Alaski, take profits on the rise as you go. And boy, that's taken a lot longer, right? I didn't put on aggressive. That's taken a lot longer indeed to process. I put that on at just at the market price, and I need to speed that up. Let's speed that up there. Let's go to aggressive on there. I'm going to speed it up. That got stuck in the queue there. Isn't that funny? That's funny there on that one. So kind of cool. All right. Let's see how we go on that one. So that's because I just did it at market, and aggressive is the only way of getting that cleared out. But who cares? We'll see. It's still processing, is it? Yeah, still processing. OMG. Yeah, if you're going to do a transaction, man, put it on aggressive. Put it on aggressive, because that's the only way you're going to get like almost a real-time processing speed here on Pulsechain. SuperDex. We're going to be spending so much time on Pulsechain. It's going to be crazy, man. Honestly, we're going to be spending so much time on this thing. We're going to be living and breathing Pulsechain. That's the way it is. Who else is in the chat there? Let's have a look. We got up here. Wookie says that Sandy Beach has 22 more than Wookie. Man, you're doing pretty well, Wookie, with that too. Yeah, RH said not snapshot, says DGen. Nice there, DGen. Pulsechain launch at 400,000 followers, RH. Yeah, doing pretty well there. It's going to explode too after Pulsechain's launch, that's for sure. 2,200. Blockfish King in the house there. Hi all, I'm late. 2.4 million transactions. Yeah, incredible, incredible. What else there? 14 more days. RH, please wait 2 more months. I need my Phoenix copy. That's funny, man. That's funny. DB Cooper says, RH, please don't. Yeah, DB Cooper has asked when does Pulsechain launch more than anybody on the planet. So DB Cooper is definitely not in that camp. RH had a few Red Bulls. He kept tweeting. Has he? We'll go check some of that. Holding enough for my gas means I hold a lot of ETH. Such a ripoff. Yeah, it's true. What else there? A little follow for Sandy Beach. Nice one there, put in Guru. Chris A in the house as well. Good to see you, Chris A. 5555 Epoch, my cherry. Says Brizology. Good to see you, Briz. After the fork, I will accumulating ETH for the ending future stakes on ETH. Just swapping for Hex at the moment. Right. Let's go. Crypto Pay in the house there. Good to see everybody. 70 people in the house. Let us, did that actually process? I don't think that did. No, it's stuck in transactions there. So if you're going to be doing transactions while everybody's testing this network, put it on aggressive. I did actually speed it up, but it's still pending there. So we'll come back to that. I want to get my $9,300 and I'm going to probably convert it to USD. Probably what I'll do there. Well, let's quickly go to Richard Hart. Apparently he's still tweeting. So let's do that before we get into the markets. That's our second half of the live stream. No, that looks like that. Oh, he's got stuff around the government and diesel and stuff like that. Free speech. We all like that sort of stuff. Kind of cool. So doing a lot of market commentary, which is cool. We like that from Richards. Let me just move on. Let's remove that. Bam. and we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to move that all the way back to the bottom back there. We're going to get into the market updates. So welcome everybody. Got 71 people in the house. Don't forget to subscribe on the way in. Smash that like button, hit the bell, and of course share the channel around. That does help a lot. Let's get into the second half of the live stream, and here we are with the markets. Stock market, Dow dives as Pac West route brings more pain ahead for jobs data. Now, I don't know who writes these things, but they need to really work on that. But the banks still having issues, right? So even after JP Morgan buyout, we've still got they thought they'd put it away for a while, but banks are definitely still on the menu. I think that's going to play well for crypto, but not so well for the stock market. Let's see how the Dow Jones down 1% there, 286 points, 33,127. The S&P down 0.7%, 30 points at 4,061. The Nasdaq down 0.5% there, 58 points, 59 points, down at 11,966. Now it actually broke 12,000. Always get a bit worried when they start breaking their evens. That is that. The dollar is also down a little bit there too, to 101.12. We're going to be watching the dollar in particular over the next few months. We'll keep a watch on this dollar index. I think that's going to be pretty important, especially with our Fed meeting. A good chance we got our pivot yesterday for the Fed. And of course, we'll be watching that too, but that does look good at the moment. Let's have a look at the prices of commodities. Brent oil is down at $72.45, down a little bit. West Texas is at $60.53, down a little bit as well. Gold is up near the all-time high prices, which is pretty incredible. So look at the last week on the chart there. Yeah, last week there. Look at that. So what happened there? We're going to gold. Gold there. Yeah, look at that. The other day we got up to $2,064.55. That is the all-time history high for gold. Isn't that incredible? And we're still up at that elevated area. We've got history in the making. History in the making here. So pretty crazy. Some people calling like $2,800, things like that. If we do get that US dollar pivot from the terminal rate, we will see. And we got silver there, $26.31, powering higher as silver. Nice to see that. And of course, that 20, we've talked about this in the past, $25 to $28, kind of that big hurdle for silver. If we get the US dollar pivot, then that could have a big run. Remember that Kiyosaki there, the rich dad, poor dad, talked about this potentially doing a 5 to 25x some time ago. But that was really subject to the Fed pivot and a US dollar capitulation. And we will see whether that does occur in the next, say, 12 months. Something food for thought there. Now, the commentary, the Dow ended sharply lower Thursday. I don't know if it was sharply lower. That wasn't sharply lower. That is not sharply lower on the indexes there. Almost 0.9%. It's not a sharp lower. That sharply lower would be like I don't know, let's say 4%, 5%. I don't know, something like that. You let me know. But it's definitely not that under 1% sharply lower. As a rout and past week triggered fresh selling in regional banks. And this is the big scare, right? This is a big scare. This is why we're watching it, right? Because this, relative relatable markets, souring investor sentiment a day ahead of the all-important monthly jobs report. So that's coming up, the jobs report. So we're looking forward to that. A trio of regional banks, including West Alliance Bank Corporation, First Horizon, and National Corporation of Westpac. Pac West, I should say. Westpac is an Aussie bank. Pac West were nursing heavy losses as concerns that concerns the leader, that is Pac West, may be on the brink of collapse, sparked fresh concerns about troubles in the banking sector. And of course, this is a very important capitulation. I think there are 5,000 banks, can you believe it, in the United States, 5,000, which is a credible amount of banks, a lot of regional banks, 5,000 banks, can you believe it? There used to be tens and tens of thousands. I can't remember the exact number, but it was like 30,000 banks or 24,000 banks or something like that, which is an incredible amount of banks for a country, even the size of the US. So pretty crazy. I suspect we will see further consolidation over time. Pac West Bank Corporation fell more than 50% on reports that the bank was exploring strategic options, including a possible sale. The bank confirmed that it was evaluating all options, though said it hasn't experienced any out of the ordinary outflows of deposits. The move comes just days after JP Morgan acquired First Republic as part of a receivership deal after later failed to secure funding privately. And this was a big victory for JP Morgan, right? Picking up First Republic. They've picked up other banks that have had problems, but this First Republic is a pretty good pickup for them. And you know how they roll with the big negotiations there. You can decide how much political influence is in there as well. While many thought JP Morgan's purchase of FRC out of receivership would stop the who's next conversations, in other words, contagion, investors are clearly continuing to focus on remaining players that are deemed the weakest. So we're looking out for that. Big tech, meanwhile, traded mixed ahead of Apple's quarterly results due after market. So we're expecting Apple results. I'm not sure if they've come out yet or when they're coming out, but they're coming out there. With many eager for an update on how iPhone sales have held up amid slowing global growth. Now, remember, last week we had other tech companies, the big ones, come out, and they were actually pretty good results. So the tech's been performing pretty good. Now, you got to remember, a lot of the index is made up of, especially the NASDAQ, is made up of these top tech companies. A lot of the big increases in value is due to these top, 5, 6, 7 companies. So remember that. That's going to be interesting to see that. Anyway, the bank-driven struggles of Wall Street offset optimism about a likely Fed pause in June. The FOMC hiked 25 basis points to a peak of 5.1% and then moved into a conditional pause we expect to be lengthy. So Morgan Stanley is expecting the no change. So it's kind of like a pivot unless the economic news goes really against us, then this could very well be the pivot that we wanted. So the terminal rate. So we'll see. We're now in that second phase, right? How long do the rates get held up for? Do they stay at 5.1? And then, of course, the third phase is monetary expansion from the interest rate point of view, and that's when the interest rates start coming down. So we're in phase 2 now, from the looks of it, unless data goes against us. On the economic front, there was more evidence of cooling in the labor market. So this is showing that the market, that it's actually going for us. However, when we say this, is that obviously cooling the labor market is more pain for the average Joe out there. From our point of view, it's kind of helping with the markets, but from the average Joe point of view, it's how do I get a job? How do I pay for bread and butter? So there is real things on the front there. On the economic front, there was more evidence of cooling in the labor market as jobless rose more than expected. The rise in jobless claims come just a day ahead of the monthly jobs report, expected to show the economy create 100,000 jobs in April. We expect some re-acceleration in April payroll as factors that added a temporary drag in March roll off. So they're looking for that. So a bit of a decent job one there. But we will see. All right. So that is pretty much it. Let's have a quick look at I just want to have a look at the Fed rate monitor to see what the expectations are now for June. We've got 5 weeks and 5 days till the next Fed meeting. We've got this obviously a window of opportunity. But of course, for crypto, if the terminal rate just happened in May, then this is not a big deal for us, right? This is not a big deal. And if the data comes in over this period that's softer for the labor market, for inflation, then we got a good chance that the markets can flourish even longer. So this is actually kind of the news we wanted. Let's see what the market is pricing in for June. So they're pricing in a no change. So 92.4% a day after the Fed meeting are pricing in no change for the Fed. Only 7.6% of the market is still pricing in another 25 basis point increase. So we'll see how that jobs report tomorrow plays into that. That's pretty interesting. Jumping into July, the meeting, we've got a no change and a 50% reduction. 50% of the market expecting an early reduction in the interest rates. I don't know if we'll see that, but definitely that's an interesting play there. And of course, I played the Federal Reserve update and comment on when it will actually go to phase 3 and reduce interest rates. So we'll see. All right, let's jump into crypto. We've got BTC at $29,000. That is down almost 0.5% there. And Ether at 1881, down 1.16%. BNB down 0.4% at $3.24. That's pretty much it on there. Just having a look at some standouts. XRP is pretty much flat from the looks of it. What else is interesting there? Not much is interesting there. But let's go to the crypto news. Crypto news at the moment. This is possibly very good news. And this is where Coinbase. Now, Coinbase standing up to the SEC. And it's good to see the big players in the market. If they don't stand up, then, who's going to stand up, right? Who's going to stand up there? And the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has been ordered by a U.S. court to respond to cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase complaint over how it applies security laws to the digital assets. And of course, this is a fundamental issue. We're probably one of the two top issues facing crypto from regulators. Obviously, you got the other one coming from not just regulators, but lawmakers. So the legislative branch, we've got some crazy people out there. You know who they are. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals said in a Wednesday filing that the SEC must file its response within 10 days. Coinbase may then file a response 7 days thereafter. Coinbase last week argued that the SEC is providing insufficient regulatory guidance for U.S. companies operating in the crypto sector, saying the commission must at a minimum set forth how those enact and apposite requirements to be adapted to digital assets. The crypto exchange referred to a 2022 petition asking for a formal rulemaking within the digital asset sector, to which the SEC is yet to respond. The 10-day deadline ordered this week refers to the SEC's requirement to provide a legal basis as to why it has not responded to the petition. Coinbase has been attempting to launch a preemptive strike against the SEC. You got to like that language, right? A preemptive strike against the SEC, which said in March it expects to sue the exchange over allegations of offering unregistered securities products. So that was a pretty big, decent. This is an important one. So I want to pick this one out. Let's hopefully they can make some inroads there. All right, so that bleeds us into Hex. Hex at the moment, Hex had a nice little run up over the last 24 hours, up and away. But before we get into that, let's get into the comments so we're not too far behind. You guys know how we rock and roll there. We're up to 57 minutes on the hour. We've got about 71 people in the house, which is pretty cool. Let's see who else has jumped in here. Smash the likes, definitely hit the like button there. Sandeep says another 6 months. Hopefully not there, Sandeep. Oh, you mean for the interest rates? Yeah, that's definitely plausible with holding that phase 2. Another bank bites the dust. So regional banks. Can you believe there's 5,000 banks in the US? Incredible. Like I said, I think there used to be like 24,000 or something like that. I heard that once. Something really huge. It's a lot of banks. Most countries have maybe tens of banks or a couple hundred banks. I know that Australia and New Zealand banks are mostly Australian banks. They take a lot of profits off our country, man. Honestly, it's billions of dollars. I think we have one or two decent sized local banks. About it. Pudding Guru says in house there 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. What else there? Silver says Wookie. Yes, silver and gold's not crypto, but it's not a bad thing if you depending on what your portfolio size is, it's not a bad thing to have a little bit of that in your portfolio. But of course, then you got to think about how do you protect it, right? Do you have it at a centralized service that offers buy and sell gold, but also has a security option as well, where they've got little deposit boxes that they protect. Depends what you're doing, right? Or are you going to put it under your pillow? It's like, where do you put the stuff? I was accumulating silver and gold before getting into crypto, says Blobfish King. I got sick of gold doing nothing yet. Well, certainly didn't do anything for a long time, but making a bit of a move now. But so is crypto, right? So I think that's where the battle is. We've got Crypto Capital as well. Hey, everybody, good to see Crypto Capital. What else have we got going on here? A Keyboard says, no, it's not 5,000 banks. Try 300 million. That's all of you. If you can come up with some sort of alternative middle-class pool of funds. Well, we know we've already got our own banking. It's 5,000 banks, but we've got our own banks on crypto, and there's definitely millions of those with our wallets. So that's true. So that's about if everyone said hello. Just had to take a phone call. Nice one, Kate. Welcome back to the chat. All right, let's get into it. So we've got Hex. Let's pull that up. Bam. And Hex here, man, nice, beautiful run up, right? And it actually hit our target yesterday. If you go back to the live stream yesterday, we talked about this, and it actually hit the target, which is kind of cool. Very nicely. That was the top of the liquidity pool, remember? And on Uniswap. So that's cool. It hit that. And then, of course, it got some profit taking, right? And it came profit taking, sent us back down. So we got up to 6.942 on the run. We got pushed back down to 6.046 cents, so almost a cent down, and then now we're back up to 6.4 cents at the moment. So that's kind of where we are there at the moment. So kind of cool. That was when I tuned in for the night around here, and I was going, at the time I thought, this is going to be probably profit taking. Now, if we were to keep pushing from here, it would have been 7.3 cents was the next mark on the liquidity pool. So that was just one indicator of where we might be able to get to. The 7.3, because the liquidity drops off quite a bit there between this price here, just before 7 cents, and 7.3. So that would have been interesting on that. Let's look at the whale bot and have a look at the last 24 hours. And we don't think we've got many transactions on here, actually. Oh, have we got any? Have we got any on here? No, we've got none. We've got none on here. So no whale bot transactions. And let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at the daily. Let's look at the daily here and get rid of the overlays and bring up our summary. So, what's it? Fourth day, 4 green days in a row. We have managed to get on the daily, get above the 200, the red line. That's the 200 moving average exponential. So that's at 5.87 cents. We're above the blue line, which is the 20-day EMA. I've got to make sure I got these on the right here. 20-day EMA. And then, of course, we got the orange line there, the 50 EMA, which is at 6.6 cents. So that's what we're trying to chase. We actually chased that. We got above it. So we got above all the averages on the run. And so that's bullish. That's bullish. And then, of course, we're here at the RSI is sitting at 50. So we're on that precipice of greatness, perhaps. And we're at the 50 there trying to decide are we bear or bulls. And we're definitely a nice little rally into that. But I'm bullish. So let's go. We're up 3% for the 24 hours. 215 buys, so 50-50. Just slightly ahead of the sellers. And the volume there, 51% buy volume, 1.7 million. So it's just slightly ahead of the game there. Liquidity is moving up, though, 7.8 million. And that's kind of cool. That is where we are there. Let's jump over to Hadron. Hadron at the moment having the run continues for Hadron. Just having a nice move. Look at that. Beautiful. And, of course, on the daily there, the RSI is in the bullish territory. Look at that. Beautiful. There on the, this is on the hourly, sorry. Beautiful there on the hourly. And, of course, look at that run up there on the hourly there. Looking very good. Let's go to the daily, though, and have a look at those. So 4 green days, just like Hex. Beautiful. And we've got almost a bullish cross here. Now, I've got different moving averages on here. So on the Hex, I've got the 20, the 50, and the 200 EMA for the daily. But here I've got the 12 and the 9 and the 21. So really much more short, more of a trader's point of view. But we've got I've got a bullish cross here on the old EMA with the 9-day over the 21-day about to cross. Obviously with this nice big strong vertical in the last 4 days, that's helped us. The RSI is at 58. That's in the bullish territory. And good news is the buyers have taken back control over the sellers on the DMI, and we don't have a confirmed trend yet, so we need a bit more oomph maybe the next day, get a confirmed trend. But you know, Hadron's been pretty bullish the whole year with the buyers in control from a DMI point of view. Only for a little bit here we had a tussle, bit of a fight going on the last little week or so since the 17th of April. So it's at 2 weeks or so. So apart from that, it looks like the buyers might have a good chance of beating that out. So up 8% on the 24 hours, 49 buys, 52% of the trade, and 350,000 buy over 250 sell. So that's a really nice gap, 58% buy volume. So very cool on that. 743,000 liquidity at the moment. Let's have a look at ACOSA. ACOSA at the moment. We are up at what price on the ACOSA there? 65 cents on ACOSA. Let's have a quick look at that chart as part of this. 65 cents at the moment. So just sitting there nicely in that kind of zone on the day there, sort of like in the middle, really. Kind of cool. Very low trades, though. Volume, liquidity is pretty decent, though, $500,000. But the sellers there over the last 24 hours, slightly ahead, 36 over 27 for 58% of the sell volume. We're down 6% on ACOSA. Jumping into the auctions. Now, the auctions have got massive T-shares, I think, coming out. So let's talk about that. I'm just going to have to switch the chain to Ethereum. And my transaction on Pulsechain is still trying to go through because I didn't put in the aggressive at the beginning. That's my punishment for rushing that. So there we are. We're at 2,235 Hex HSIs in liquidation queue that have not yet been pulled in the auction. The auction has 61 auctions today. Crazy in the auction house. Let's have a look at some of these. Bam. Waiting for that to update. So there we are. There it's updated. Look at these glorious. This is a great day for those in the Hadron ACOSA again. Another great round. Massive T-shares up for grabs. Massive. Look at this. 238 T-shares here. 1.8 million Hex. OMG. That's awesome. It's already got 17.5 billion Hadron bid on it. That's crazy. It's got 18 minutes to go. Keep an eye on that, folks. That is looking very, very good. Wow. It is currently, what is that, 62% So let's look at the bid there. $45,000 is the bid there. $45,000. The wallet has 119 billion Hadron in its wallet. That's a behemoth whale there. 119 billion Hadron in the wallet. It's got a $40,000, 7.5 billion Hadron bid. That's glorious. And of course, the value of the Hex there, 119,000. So 62% discount over the Hex price there, 62. Now the Icosa is at 30%. I guess is a premium, would you say? So it's 45 over 34. So that's more expensive than the Icosa value. But man, that is pretty crazy on the Hex there. Awesome. Imagine getting that. That'd be pretty cool on such a big trade. But this wallet it's going to be, how many people out there can outbid this whale? I don't know. But that is pretty epic. No, we've got lots of other big ones though. 36 T-shares, 36, 185 T-shares, another 1.4 billion for another 1.4 billion Hex here. Let's actually have a look at this one here. 169. This is a different wallet that's bid on this. Got another, oh my goodness, 320 billion Hadron sitting in this wallet. And they bid 14 billion for this one. 60% discount on the actual Hex value, which is valued at $92,000, and they bid 36,000. My goodness, they got 1 hour and 20 minutes to go though, so still a bit longer to go for that one. So some crazy T-shares. Look at this, 1.5 million Hex here. So remember, we got over, I think it's over 90 Hex HSIs, probably a bit more than that now. So these are the big ones coming in today. Huge. Look at that. Some crazy stuff coming in there. 1 billion on that early days on that one, 97%, but that's going to change a lot. That one there. Let's see who bids on that. Man, lots of, look at the 50 T-shares, heaps of them, folks. Heaps of T-shares in here. Massive. So big day in the office. For the rewards. Your yield should be juicy and good. Good and juicy. What other words can I use? Tasty. Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, I need to get the old dictionary out. It's pretty crazy. All right, so that's nice there on that one. So pretty cool. In fact, I was supposed to have Dev Huey up. So Dev Huey, let's pull up Dev Huey. Let's see. I did have him up. I must have closed him down or something. Dev Huey. And have a look and see what he's got on the What's updates. So yeah, let's see here on the What's updates. Yeah, there 10 hours ago, over 2,000 HSI Hex T-shares up for auction in the Hadron liquidations. This is the big payoffs. The main action starts in 11 hours. It is already in play. We can see that. So awesome stuff. 57 auctions there, 2,336 T-shares. Man, oh man, that's going to be glorious. What a great day in the office. Let's go back to that is cool. What else we got going here? The last 24 hours, 2 watts of NFTs burned last 24 hours, 2,734 endpoints. We're down to 21,196. So that's the watts is going away. But this auction, man, today, that's pretty fun. Man, that is, you can see how addicted people are looking for opportunities, man. Massive. So 15 minutes to go for this one. $45,000 bid. The value of the Hex is $120,000 or $109,000 there. Crazy. Let's see how they go on that one. That one's pretty cool. That is a was it a 555? It doesn't actually have they've changed the columns, so it doesn't seem to have that anymore. Let's put a bid in, folks. We're going to put in 18 billion Hadron. No, I'm just kidding. We're not bidding on that one. But that is kind of cool. Look, all the other, there's so much different opportunities though for smaller players, the big players to get some real nice deals. Look at all these discounts at the moment versus the value of the Hex. Yeah, let's look at some of the ones that win. So this one here, this was, let me look at this one, 24 T-shares. This went for 24 T-shares. They got 62% discount over the Hex value. So they bid $4,600. The Hex in it was worth $12,300. Crazy on that one. So they did pretty good there. 59% deal on this one, 60%. So some really amazing deals on here. 64% on this one. Some awesome. But look, all the burns. So all this billions of Hadron here, all getting burned, folks. And the yield gets back to the people that are in the Hadron, Icosa, and Watts. Pretty awesome there. Look, there's 40 billion on this one. They're 57% discount. So not as quite as good as some of these other ones up here, but still a pretty good deal. 10,000 versus 25,000 on the Hex. Pretty neat there. So some good stuff happening there. That is the Hadron Icosa. Let's get out of there. I've spent a lot of time on that because that is pretty amazing. Let's get into the Hex daily stats. Day 1249 off the press there. We got the 4th of May, 2023. We got a Hex price snapshot at 6.3 cents, 2.1% increase. We'll take that. We got 1, 2, 3 days in a row. We'll take that any day. And of course, Pulsechain is coming. Let's get into the payout for T-share. 6.565. Woohoo! So look at that. So we got nice little payouts. We got nice little increase in price. That is the holy grail of crypto. We got a dot day in the share rate, 27,066. We're at 17.23 on the dollars on the share price. The average mining length there is 6.97 years. I think we are ticking towards 7 years, folks. So we'll wait for that. 38.97% is the APY paid in Hex terms, or the US dollar price moves around. Liquidity in the pool is further shrunk. So less Hex in the pool. We've gone from 71 million down to 66 or 67 million there. So that's gotten down quite a lot. That's pretty low. And of course, that means that, the price can move up or down a lot easier from that point of view. Liquidity there, $4 million US in the pool. Nice. And 1,536 Ethereum. Let's pull up the Uniswap pool to see what liquidity looks like at the moment. And let's do that. Bam. Let's have a look here. So we're going to go to V3 pool, pull up liquidity. Bam. And see what that is looking like here at the moment, here live on Hex Token. All right, we've got our 5.4% big whale wall, which managed to work for us at this time. We got down to what about to here, then bounced back out. Now we're running through these tranches here. So a tranche just meaning a sort of a price offer or sell. We're marching through this tranche here. Once we get to the top of this one, that is 7 cents. That's where we got to yesterday. And then we sold back down from that into here. But that's where we got to yesterday, over the night at least. And then, of course, if we got up to here, this end of this tranche is 7.3 cents. So that's kind of the next target if we kept moving in. And then we fall off. And that's kind of the play there at the moment. So kind of cool there on the liquidity. Let's jump over to the T-shares. T-shares are down 6,363. OMG. Look at these T-shares. Woohoo! Hot dog. Man, oh man, look at this. So if you're a T-share holder, man, you're getting more special because these T-shares have been going down pretty dramatically. Look at that last 10 days. So what's happened to all the Hex? This is the net outcome, right? Net change in the T-shares. But Hex just sitting liquid in the liquidity pools in their wallets. So waiting for Pulsechain. Don't know. We got 9,986,000. Crazy stuff there. That is amazing. Which means that the Hex payout's going up, right? So let's have a look here. 9.47% of all Hex is locked at the moment. So that's been coming down too, down there. And of course, we got a beautiful day of penalties, almost 2 million. Beautiful payout as well, 65.5 million. And of course, that's gorgeous. Been great being having T-shares. Mining Hex. Check out hex.com in the video description. Not financial advice, but check it out. We got change in current holders, 179, and the liquid holders up to 333,567. Our headline number is our miners, but of course, with these big T-shares coming out at the moment, we've got these big T-share walls. Tomorrow is the big one, right? Tomorrow's the big one coming out. I haven't pulled it up today, but tomorrow is the big one with a big T-share. How much was it? 600 million Hex? We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And change in current miners down 11, 120,649. Total holders up 288 to 556,903. That is day 1249. And of course, here we are on day 1250. 1250, that's a nice even number. And our base payout is around about 6.461x per T-share. We can't wait for Pulsechain. Pulsechain is going to be pretty amazing. And that should be a super chain for adoption, right? Is the old Pulsechain with super cheap fees. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to that and have two valuable chains of Pulsex, Hex and Pulsechain. It's going to be pretty awesome. Very cool there. All right. That is pretty much it on the Hex Day stats. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hex at the moment has moved up slightly to 6.4 cents. Looking good. And we're going to get into the final topic. I actually got a final topic, so we're going to get into that. Let's pull that out and catch up on the chats first, though. We're up to an hour and 15 minutes on the live, which is normally where I finish, but we're not quite finished yet. So we'll keep going for a little bit more, probably another 5 minutes or something. Who else has jumped in here? We've got 81 people in the house, so good to see everybody. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let me jump up the top here. Where we go up to there? I think we've got Christian Collins says Quay on the testnet is super high around 200. Yeah, it's definitely slowed down my Pulsex transaction. Let me move back to Pulsex actually on my wallet, so that hopefully that will go through. Don't know if it's gone through. No, it's still going. Still going. That's crazy. It's still going there. That's crazy there. Now just speed it up one more time. Let's try aggressive. Submit. Let's see if that works. It's really having a bit of a fit there. Yeah, put aggressive. If you're playing on Pulsex, put aggressive on your fees if you want to get it through. Pudding Guru says Aussie banks rob us blind too. That's true. That's true. Watch the sky after midnight tonight. I am hoping to see fireworks. Nice one, Cape Figure. Hope to see you on the December Hex cruise, says Cape Figure. And of course, hey family, critical passion in the house there. DJ Porty Wood says see you on the cruise. Got a nice little boat there too. What else? The Summit Hexagon, and I will try to keep it down this time. I think they have a little conversation about the Hex cruise, so they're both on it. That we see here. Rango says the $ PLS ticker on Unisat is 100% green just now. Yeah, let's have a quick look at that. So we're going to pull it up as a final topic, so we might as well kick into that now and have a look at Unisat. So this is our marketing on Unisat. This is a Bitcoin. So not only are we going to have Pulsechain on Ethereum and Pulsechain with the PLS ticker, but we've put it on to the Bitcoin exchange with the big run up in this new market of BRC20 tokens on Bitcoin. So we're going to try and do our best to get advertising on there. And we did a fair launch of the allocation. You guys have known that. So we did a fair launch, and yeah, we've got it running at the moment. So this is going to be a work in progress, but ticked off so far so good. We've got it's got an order book, so it's not like an AMM like the on Ethereum and stuff, or Pulsechain, but it's got an order book here. We can see the cheapest price is 140,000 Pulse at 2.5 sats per Pulse. So 140,000 Pulse is now worth, well, if you buy this at 2.5, which is the cheapest price, you can see it from low to high there. That would be $101.24 in Bitcoin. So it costs you 50,000 sats there on there. Remember, Bitcoin is made up of Satoshis, the individual units, 100 million. So it gives you an idea. The next price up is 3 Satoshis, and you can see the price just goes up all the way up there. The top seller offer is 13 cents, but the cheapest one, so that's the one you'd go for, is 2.4. Now we have had our first trade, and that was back here. In fact, you can see it up here. That's our first trade. So we got our first data on the price ticker there, and 100,000 sats was sold in 24-hour volume, and the price was at 1 sat, which is 0.0003. 0.0003, which looks a bit like a 3x, because that is about a 3x up from the fair launch price, which was coincidentally pretty much the same as the Pulsechain sacrifice, which I kind of felt was hilarious. There was a coincidence, but yeah, that was pretty funny. It was not planned at all with the tokenomics, so but that's hilarious after I worked it out. So pretty funny on that. So we'll be watching this over time. And nice to see a nice order book put up. So people put up this selling order book. We'll see how that goes over time. And stay tuned. Stay tuned. Cool news around Unisat wallet though too. They've made the access to the market. So at the moment the market's actually restricted because it's experimental. So a lot of users can't even get access to it. But they have made it easier, and they will probably get it down to the point that they've got no barriers of entry. So the Unisat marketplace update uses with 20 plus Unisat points. Basically, if you've done 20 mints or 20 mints, basically, where you've minted out tokens, then you can unlock full access. So this used to be 50, and I think maybe it was even higher before that, so it's down to 20 now. But this will probably disappear soon. Users with 200 Unisat points can list an order of the upper limit. So yeah, 20 is there at the moment. So I've only got 15 at the moment, so I can't even do that. I can't even put an order on. But I'm probably going to do a couple more mints today, and that will get me to 20, and I'll have access there. The market, of course, for Pulse. Let's do a little update here. This hasn't actually updated yet. Price will be soon showing for Pulse on the market. But in terms of the value of the total BRC market, let's have a look. We've got the market cap back up to 125, so it did dip down to about 108, back up to 125. And you can see the top performers here, Audi and Pepe and others, Punk and others, they're moving up. So it's going to be fun to see this. Early days still, lots of ecosystem build out on that. Meanwhile, my harvesting on PulseX is not harvested, so hopefully that will be by tomorrow. Hex is moving back up, 6.4 cents, looking good. Who else has jumped in here? We can jump through there. Hashtag family channel, 100%. Who else there? We are getting close, says Crypto Compassion. We are indeed. Let's jump through some of that. Bye-bye T-shares, says Briz, 100%. Isn't that amazing? T-shares are going down so crazy. Hex is the GOAT, 100%. Now you can pick up T-shares in those auctions. They're pretty good discount at the moment, especially if you want 5555 in your portfolio. I reckon Richard's next live stream is the launch of Pulsechain. Yeah, I think there's a good chance of that there, Rod Street Patrick. I think that would be, makes a lot of sense. I can't see him live streaming on his own channel for any reason at this stage, given his behavior so far. But he may also pop up on shows like Ivan on Tech and stuff like that. We're expecting. I imagine he's going to do the rounds. That would probably be the case. All right, we're up to now in 1 hour and 20 minutes. We've got 82 people in the house. Good to see everybody. Hope you guys are having a good time, man. We are on the dawn of greatness. We are at the dawn of greatness here. It's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, awesome. Let's just remind ourselves quickly of what's going on here. So Pulsechain going to fork Ethereum. Ethereum gas fees are insane in the membrane again, and we're not even in a full bull market, right? We're in this sort of what I call a bear bull market. We're still in that, not quite. We have broken out of the bear market into kind of bull, but it doesn't kind of feels like a halfway house. But I do feel like the context is pretty good for the move higher towards the end of the year, subject to any issues around recession. But apart from that, I think that with the Fed's moves yesterday, it's looking pretty bullish for us. That said, people, there are market manipulators out there. We'll see what they do. And but for Pulsechain, fork Ethereum, help solve a lot of those gas prices, get a lot of economic activity over Pulsechain. Really is probably the one chain that could really attract a lot of that attention, actually shed some volume from Ethereum as people move over. And what we got the biggest airdrop in crypto history. We've got technically we're going to have a faster chain, cheaper fees dramatically. That should be helped. That alone's not enough, but the biggest airdrop would be certainly cool. Then we've got the economic engine, which I call it. So we've got the AMM bot running. We've got the potentially the no expectations war chest of $630 million USD in DAI stables, give or take. I think it's close to 100%, not quite, but it's pretty amazing. We've got the ecosystem coming on with fiat on ramps, off ramps, and on ramps. Stable coins. We're going to have our own suite of stable coins, USDC, a competition against those. It looks like DAI is going to be the preferred stable coin, traditional one. And then, of course, we're going to have our own native ones. Looks like we have CST, USDL, and, of course, is it PXDC? I think it is. It looks like pretty cool. We're going to have that, maybe even a few more. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool from that point of view. We have super bridges there crossing over the cryptos. We're going to have the official Pulse ramp. We're going to have Portal X with over 60 chains, thousands of tokens. Really is a key bridge that we need. Absolutely amazing to see that. So we're going to, it looks like we've got everything we need to really flourish. And of course, some say up to 160, 170 native Pulsechain projects as well. Many of them, especially in the top 10, have forked some of the biggest TVL projects on Ethereum. And so we have that to flourish. And of course, they start with Pulsechain early, expecting to ramp up. Obviously, we know Pulsechain is going to have a pretty exciting start. But I do think that the value creation is going to be in waves. And of course, we expect probably within 4 to 8 weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, to see all the big DeFi fork protocols launch from Pulsechain. So expect that. Don't get caught out by the initial start compared to when value creation is going to start. Because when the start, a lot of that leverage comes in. 6 to 8 weeks later, when we get like liquid loans, Power Cities Earn protocol, things like that launching, fiat being compatible as well with the Pulsechain and stuff like that. That's when it's really going to start kicking in with these lending protocols. People get on those. They don't sell their underlying tokens. They're also a supply sync rate as well. So they get Pulse and PulseX off the market, Hex off the market, and these sort of supply syncs people don't think much about. But not only do we burn Hex to get T-shares, but we're going to be putting Hex away on protocols like Fiat and other places like that. Definitely those options are going to increase. We see that also the Coast on-ramp is going to allow you to reduce fees by putting Hex on there. Looks like Internet Money may have some features around that too, potentially. So you can sort of see it's just slowly creeping up, the ecosystem building out. So it's pretty exciting to see that grow up. So kind of cool. On top of that, of course, we've got huge amount of influencers, a highly engaged community, and of course, an incredible founder with Richard Hart. And you can imagine Twitter's already getting some huge results around X, Pulsechain, mainnet, and all that sort of stuff. So you can imagine it's only getting bigger. And we've got even bigger influencers in the place, like Crypto Banter, Ivan on Tech, BitBoy. These guys are starting to talk about it all the time. And of course, the biggest thing is going to be Pulsechain really not only changing, giving a shading off some of the demand of Ethereum in that sense, but also taking over DeFi, right? Taking over DeFi and then helping DeFi to take more market share over all of crypto. So pushing back some of the CeFi, centralized exchange dominance, which is, not your keys, not your coins, margin trading, and a lot of those issues that have really hurt people, dodgy projects, right? So it's really going to be cool. You own your keys, your coins, you're your own bank, and you get to engage with quality immutable code. There's a lot of DeFi that has crap projects, and of course a great community helps you to avoid some of those. That's what we try to do here as well. So it's pretty exciting. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed all that. Bring it on. Bring on Pulsechain. It's coming very, very soon. Looking really cool. Pulsechain testing V4, working like a boss, man. Looks really, really cool. All right, let's get into some of these final things here. We've got very happy for everybody. We are with your Pulsechain. Yeah, well, everyone here that's watching now is early, so it's great to be early, right? Team went up 154% in 24 hours. Yeah, actually, I was going to have a quick look at some of those coins at the moment. So we've had some big movers the last 24 hours. Time has moved. Let me just jump out of some of these. Time has moved. Future has moved. So this is an Internet Money wallet. I think they had an AMA on Telegram. I think they did. We've got Pulse Bitcoin, Pulse Dogecoin has moved quite a bit. And what else there? We've got Lucky. Lucky's moved as well. So Lucky's back up here, up 6 cents. So that's pretty nice on Lucky, up 14%. Pretty cool for Lucky. That's the 7-year Maximus Hex staking pool. But moving to Internet Money, Time has had a big jump today. Look at that on the old Time one there. Time has really rocketed at 8.9, so nice, almost 9/10 of a penny. That's pretty cool since it launched. So it's actually getting back up towards the top of the range. Big move there. Future also has had a nice little move there, 4/10 of a penny. I guess not sure what happened at the AMA. We haven't actually heard the AMA because I'm not on Telegram, but maybe there was something said about that because I know that KG is bringing out new benefits or features or products. So that's kind of cool. Looking at Pulse Bitcoin and Pulse Dogecoin, that's like they're having a little pump back up today, 62 cents on Pulse Bitcoin and Pulse Dogecoin there, just up a little bit there, $2.07, but that's still down at the bottom of the range there. Let's quickly look at the team token since it's the one that got pulled up. Where's the team gone? Team is down here, is it? Team, it's up as well, 4.7 cents. A nice little move on team as well, which is the DAO token for the Maximus. All right, that's kind of cool. Let's close out of that, and that's pretty much it. Let's go back to Richard Hart and finish up with that because we're almost up to an hour and a half, which is pretty good timing. That is Richard Hart today. That is his last update. If you can miss that one. PLS is up 140%. Who's making? Nice one there, Lemmy. Tea time. Hello, team. Hey, tea time. Crypto Face is mentioned. Crypto Face has mentioned Hex on a tweet tonight. Nice one. That's good intel there. Thanks for that. Kate Figure says almost time for crazy pumps and dumps. I will watch the cabaret unfold and patiently waiting for the stability and its flight. Nice one there, Cape. David Feder in the house there. Good evening, Hexkins and Validators. Hey, David, cool to see you. Now, as I've been saying, Richard, Dave Feder, RH Max, and Gamma have been offering a lot of content to make it easier for onboard validating. So if you haven't checked out David, RH Max, or Gamma, then definitely check them out. Now, their links are in our useful links in our Discord. So if you get useful links, you look for becoming a Pulsechain validator, then definitely check out their content. And thanks very much, David's in chat there. So thanks for what you do as well. Pretty awesome. Get on there, and we've seen that absolute burst, really big climb of validators. But get out there, more validators around the world, the better. What was he saying about Hex? I think that's it. I think that Pulsechain news, people watching server status saw a hiccup and thought it's mainnet coming. No, it's just a hiccup while updating things. So there we are. All right, that's the last one there. Hope you guys enjoyed an hour and a half of live stream. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you then. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Let's play out a bit of fun on the way out. I don't know who this is, but let's play this as a way. All right, cool.
What you doing there, Freddie? Hey man, just filling up some champagne bottles, bro.